Welcome to The Practical Coach. We know you're busy, so let's be perfectly practical and proceed. As a coach, there are 3 distinct times when your employees need you most. In this program, we're going to identify those times and then demonstrate, step by step, the best thing you can do as a coach to have the greatest impact on your employees' performance. Does that sound useful? I hope so. And we have a lot to cover, but let's begin with a chart that I think you'll recognize. Does this look familiar? It should. This is your life. See? There are your goals out there. Everything you hope to achieve, your career, your relationships, everything. Now along here, you've got your own measure of success based on how close you come to achieving your goals. But check out your path over time. You're up, you're down, and what's this over here? You're all over the chart. Apparently, you weren't afraid to try a few things. Well, anyway, it looks like you're still moving in the right direction toward your goals. Nice work. But here's a question for you. Take a good hard look back at the ups and downs and loops in your life. The dead-end roads you took. Do you remember? So, what turned you around? Well, chances are, somebody was there for you. Somebody cared about you. Maybe somebody got honest with you. To complete your chart, we really need to add another line. So let's call it your coach's line. Who were your coaches? All the special people who have helped or taught you. Maybe they just came in and out of your life for a little while. An encouraging word just when you needed it. A second chance to do it right. Or maybe they just gave you a chance in the first place. They believed in you. For the most part, they let you choose your own path. They showed you a few shortcuts along the way and tried to steer you around most of the dead ends. There may be people on your coach's line who have no idea that they helped you, but you remember them, don't you? We all owe those people in our lives a lot. And guess what? Now it's your turn. Because this chart also represents the lives of the people who you lead at work. In their world, you're on their coach's line. You're the one moving alongside them, watching their ups and downs. And believe it or not, what you choose to do or say to them on a daily basis matters to them greatly. Because you're their coach. That's what coaching is all about. Coaching is the process of letting people know that their performance matters to you. So let's look at those 3 critical times when you need to step up and be a coach. When you see someone doing good work, when you see someone doing poor work, and when you see someone on a dead-end road. It gets more complicated as we go along, so let's start with the easy stuff, the good work.
Good night.
Good night, Audrey.
Maybe I need to set up the scene a little better. Okay. Audrey came in early so she could help put up displays before the store opening. She worked through her first break, and she only took 12 minutes for lunch because they were 2 people short. She did 3 special orders perfectly, and she just missed the last express bus home, and she stayed to help with the stock check. Okay? Now watch it again.
Good night.
Good night, Audrey.
Do you think she'll work that hard tomorrow? I wouldn't. But she's a good one. She'll show up on time, she'll do what she's told, and she'll go home. At least until she finds another job where her hard work matters to somebody. Let me show you the secret of keeping a good worker like Audrey. You just have to open your mouth. Audrey's next boss was much better at that.
Audrey, great work today. I think we hit it out of the park. Yeah.
Now there's an open mouth.
I just want to tell you that I appreciate all the little things you do around here. You know what I mean. You should have seen some of the losers we used to have around
Unfortunately,
here.
as nice and as rare as it is to get any kind of way to go, Audrey has absolutely no idea of what specifically she did right today.
Tomorrow is another day.
But at least this boss was trying to coach. Audrey knew without a shadow of a doubt that at the end of the day, her hard work mattered in some great big, giant, vague kind of way. And hey, that's a start. We'll take that. But why not spread it throughout the day? That's the secret of coaching good work. When you see it, say it.
I'll hold that at the counter for you. Okay, see you soon. Bye-bye.
You have a nice sort of smile in your voice on the phone. Where'd you learn that?
Oh, thank you. I don't know. Just try to be nice, I guess.
Well, it's working.
Hi there. Did you find everything you needed? Just so you know, this model doesn't come with a cable, but ours are on sale through tomorrow. They're right over there.
Okay. I like how you recommended the cable. Saves them a trip. Would you mind if I had a new hire job shadow you tomorrow? He'd learn so much.
Sure.
Oh, hey, Audrey. Thanks for filling these out so completely. It helps me a lot.
You're welcome, Jerry. Good night.
All right.
Do you think Audrey has any doubts about what she did right today? She went home feeling great. And what did the coach get out of it? Well, good work that gets noticed gets repeated. And I'm going to repeat that. Good work that gets noticed gets repeated. So remember, never let good work go unnoticed. When you see it, say it. That's how to coach good performance. Now, unfortunately, good performance doesn't last forever. Everyone has downs as well as ups. And when you're a coach, it's just as important that you never let poor work go unnoticed.
Yes, but unless I have a specific date or billing number, I can't. Ma'am, what I'm trying to tell you, if you'll listen for just a second, is I have no way of helping you unless I can. Hello? Goodbye.
Robin, please tell me you don't talk to all of our customers that way.
What? No.
Well, the conversation I just heard is completely unacceptable.
But she. You didn't hear her language. She was screaming at me.
I can't do anything about her attitude. What I'm concerned with is yours.
Would you want to be corrected in front of your friends? Not likely. So don't do it to the people you coach. The idea of when you see it, say it, only works when you're coaching good work. When you're coaching poor work, the trick is to make it private and make it positive. First thing, get them alone, or at least away. The sooner the better, but make sure it's private. Now, the hard part, making it positive. Take a deep breath and ask yourself, are you correcting things for their success or yours? Are they doing it wrong or just differently than you would? Are you angry or irritated? If you're not in a completely positive frame of mind, stop and wait until you can be. Then proceed with caring.
Ma'am? Hello? Goodbye.
That call sounded like a rough one. Are you doing okay?
Yeah, I guess.
Remember, a good coach is willing to let the learner choose their own path. So be careful not to jump in with all the answers. Just jump in with a few questions.
So, how do you think it could have gone better?
I'm not sure.
When you feel like saying, here's what I think, stop, take a breath, and ask them, what do you think?
Well, she's bound to call back. What are you going to say?
I don't know. Seems like there's not much you can say.
It's amazing what you'll hear if they think you're really listening. And of course, what do you do when you hear them come up with a great solution? Never let good work go unnoticed. When you see it, say it.
Robin, I think that's exactly right. Just let her vent for a while until she's ready to listen.
But what if they don't have the answers? At that point, a tip or a shortcut or some practical advice from you can do wonders.
Sometimes I'll say something like, let me know how I can make it right for you.
Whatever you offer, make it simple, positive, and totally practical. At times you'll find that they might need a little more training, or maybe they never knew what was expected in the first place.
Actually, why don't we practice a call right now, okay?
Right now? All right. Hello, this is Robin in accounts.
And be patient if it takes them a couple of tries to get things right. They'll learn more from a few of their own mistakes than 100 of your words. Like they say, the only true failure is the failure to try. If they're making mistakes, it means they're trying. And trying hard is exactly the kind of good work that you should never let go unnoticed. Don't be surprised how often your team members can work out their own problems if you just ask the right questions. Of course, there's another set of problems that most of us are completely blind to. Our personal habits. We bring them to work with us every day, and good or bad, they can affect our performance as much as anything.
How's it going?
Oh, hey. Pretty good. Most of the inventory is up to date, but I've got a list of stuff they forgot. Do you want to go over that now?
No, let's do it later.
Okay.
Do you know you have a very strong aroma?
What?
An odor. It's like a body odor. Well, I need you to take care of it. All right?
Yeah. Yes.
Great.
When you're forced to coach one of your team members on a poor personal habit, your best technique can fly out the window. So let's take it one step at a time. Of course, make it private and make it positive is more important than ever. But when things get personal, how you bring up the subject in the first place sets the tone for the entire discussion.
Hey, Monica.
Hi, Marty.
Do you have a minute?
Sure. What's up? Oh, a closed door.
Yeah, well, we have to talk about something that I feel pretty awkward saying, and I think you'll feel just as awkward hearing.
I think it's safe to say that when someone hears that kind of sentence, they know that whatever is coming next is bound to be something very personal. And that's good. That way, they have a chance to prepare themselves. That's the first secret to bringing up a personal subject. Prepare the team member. The next step? Don't beat around the bush. Be gentle, but direct.
There are times when the odor of your body is too noticeable.
That was direct. But did you hear the gentle part of that statement? There are times, not all the time, when the odor of your body is too noticeable. Everyone has some kind of odor. So memorize that sentence. There are times when the odor of your body is too noticeable. There are times when your perfume is too noticeable. There are times when your piercings scare some of our customers. Whatever. If you prepare your team member and you're gentle but direct, once you've actually brought up the subject, the worst is usually over.
The odor of my body is none of your business.
On the other hand, sometimes it can just keep getting worse. This is probably a good time to talk about the whole issue of coaching sidetracks. And for the most part, sidetracks are just the natural defense techniques that we all use. When we're uncomfortable, we try to change the subject. When we're confronted, we might try denial, or in this case, a counterattack. If you're doing your job as a coach, you're going to run into sidetracks. But remember, they lead nowhere. You can't win, so don't even start to go there. Just stay on track.
Monica, I don't mean to offend you. What I'm asking here is pretty simple. Starting tomorrow, unless there's some medical reason that we haven't talked about, I need you to show up every day with no noticeable odor. That's all that needs to happen here, all right?
Gentle, but direct, when you state both the problem and the solution.
Again, Monica, I'm sorry if I offended you in any way. That was certainly not my intention at all. I just brought it up because It's my job, and because I want you to succeed. Okay?
Correcting poor work is never easy, and correcting poor habits is even harder on both of you. But think about why you do it. If you didn't care, it wouldn't matter. It wouldn't be hard at all. Coaching means you care. So remember, it's the process of letting people know that their performance matters to you. So, you never let good work go unnoticed, and you never let poor work go unnoticed. But what do you do when your team member's path of progress starts looking something like this? When it becomes clear that they're on a dead-end road, you need to turn them around, or you're going to lose them. Meet Ryan. This is the 4th time he's been late to work in the last 2 weeks. Meet Sarah, Ryan's boss. Guess what she's done 3 times in the last 2 weeks? Everything she can think of. She's mentioned, she's pleaded, she's yelled. Now, she's about to try something completely different. She's about to try the 2-minute challenge. It's a simple technique to turn around poor performance that goes like this. Number 1, you state what you've observed. Number 2, you wait for a response. Number 3, you remind them of the goal. Number 4, you ask them for a specific solution. And number 5, you agree together. That's it. Just 5 simple steps, but you can't skip any one of them. When used by a caring performance coach, it becomes a powerful tool in turning poor work around.
Ryan?
I know, I messed up. I'm sorry. It won't happen again.
So much for step 1. He already knows what's going on. She doesn't need to state the obvious. Wrong. Remember, don't skip a step. Number 1, state what you've observed.
You're more than a half an hour late.
Now, is that what she's really thinking? I wonder.
I know, I messed up. I'm sorry. It won't happen again.
It won't happen again? This is strike 4. I've never had someone try this hard to get himself fired.
Good for her. She didn't say that. She simply stated what she observed. Not what she thought he was trying to get away with, not how empty his promises were at that point. No editorial comment, just what she observed. That way, nothing but his behavior can become the issue.
You're more than a half an hour late.
Step 2, wait for a response. No matter how long, do not move on without one.
I don't know what to say. I mean, you've been more than fair, and I really appreciate it. I feel like I let you down.
Do you recognize a potential sidetrack when you hear one? This one is called, "Can we change the subject?" Even if Ryan is completely sincere, his relationship with his coach is not the issue right now. That's a sidetrack. He was late this morning. So she stays on track and moves to step 3. She reminds him of the goal.
Ryan, I need you to be here on time. Every single day. No exceptions. So how are you going to make...
Absolutely. No argument. On time, every day. That's exactly what I'm going to do.
That sounds like an agreement, but it's just another sidetrack. This one's called, "If I agree in general, can we avoid specifics?" He can't wait for this to be over, but no specific solution has even been discussed yet. We still need step 4. Ask them for their specific solution.
On time, every day. That's exactly what I'm going to do. Whatever it takes to get here, even before we open.
Good. But what specifically are you going to do tomorrow morning to make sure you're on time?
Oh, well, I gotta get going sooner, or I don't know. I guess I could. You know what? I need to level with you. My wife and I are going through something right now, and I'm not used to having my kid by myself. It's just gonna take a little time to work out a schedule.
Finally, the truth. He's obviously having some trouble in his private life. You need to be very sensitive to that. Everyone on your team has a complex life outside of work. They've all made adjustments to be there. So this is the moment of truth in more ways than one. As a coach, what message do you send to the rest of your team if you hold one member to a lower performance standard? It's not easy, but you need to proceed with caring.
Ryan, I'm sorry to hear that. I hope things work out for you. It sounds like a lot of people are depending on you right now. Unfortunately, I wish things were different, but we're in a similar situation. We're depending on you as well. We need you to be on time every day, ready to do your part.
I know.
So, what exactly needs to happen at home tomorrow to make sure we can count on you to be on time?
As tough as performance coaching may seem at times, Sarah isn't doing Ryan or his family any favors if she lets him lose his job right now. So she's staying on track with the 2-minute challenge. She stated what she observed, she waited for a response, she reminded him of the goal, and she's just asked him again for his specific solution.
I could ask my sister to take my boy to daycare. I'll work it out. Don't worry about it.
Great. I bet she'd be happy to help you out right now.
Yeah.
What's left? Agree on the solution.
So, starting tomorrow, I can count on you to...
On time. Every day. You bet. And thanks.
Thanks for sticking this out, Ryan. You're an important part of our team. And I hope things work out for you at home as well.
Yeah, me too.
Well, that finally turned out okay. I think. We won't really know until tomorrow morning, will we? That's where follow-up comes in. Follow-up is just another word for noticing. It's part of everything you do as a coach. Hopefully, Ryan won't need another 2-minute challenge on being late, but he may need one on something else. We all need our coaches. Your team is no exception. Hopefully, all they'll need from you is a word of encouragement or some practical advice. A little applause goes a long way. Maybe a shortcut that your coach once shared with you. But sometimes they may need you to step right in front of them, stop them in their tracks, and remind them of how much better they can be. That's your job. You're their coach. You know what? In case you couldn't take notes, would you mind if I do a quick review right now? Great. To start with, what do you do when you notice good work? When you see it, say it. Good work that gets noticed gets repeated, so be as specific as you can. And when you notice poor work, make it private and make it positive. Take a deep breath, then before you jump in with all the answers, start with a few questions. Let them try to choose their own path. And only offer advice that's simple, positive, and totally practical. When it comes to correcting poor habits, the same things apply. Make it private for sure, and as positive as you can. But don't beat around the bush. Be gentle, but direct when you're stating the problem as well as the solution. And of course, beware of defensive sidetracks. They lead nowhere, so don't go down those dead ends. And finally, what do you do if one of your team members is on a dead-end road? Well, it's time for a 2-minute challenge. There's 5 simple steps. Number 1, state what you've observed. Number 2, you wait for a response. Number 3, you remind them of the goal. Number 4, you ask them for a specific solution. And number 5, you agree together. Well, that's about it. Thanks for watching. Good luck and good coaching.